A story in 5 words.
Captain Jazz Hands drops out. Jamie, as the Somali fraud scandal grows in his state, the Minnesota governor announced today he will not run for a 3rd term. Pause for this sot.
I can't give a political campaign my all. Every minute that I spend defending my own political interest would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and the cynics who want to prey on our differences. So I've decided to step out of this race. I did not run for this job to have the job. I ran for the job to do the job. If Republicans continue down the path of abusing power, smearing entire communities, and running their own fraudulent game at the expense of Minnesotans, I will fight back with everything that I have.
Jamie, isn't that amazing? He can't, he's not going to run because he can't do his job.
Yeah, he didn't get that job because he wanted to get that job, Greg.
No.
That'd be great. Isn't it a little weird? Like, I feel like if you know you're going to lose, it's not really the same when you. I wanted to take a moment right now to announce this year I will not be in the Miss America pageant.
Yes.
It's insane. And the only thought I have about this Somali daycare thing, the only one positive is I do feel like the Somali daycare is the only one I would have enjoyed working in.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Kids are very difficult. They took away, no one talks about it, they took away hundreds of dream jobs from those people that worked at those daycares without children.
Yes.
I would like to say to whoever takes Waltz's place, I'd like to say the same thing I say to my ex-wife's new husband. You got a lot of work to do.
That wasn't this his way of not having to resign? That, like, he's basically doing a soft resign. He's kind of like, oh, I'm stepping away. But he should resign.
Yeah, well, of course. But I loved how he said he was doing this because of these horrible cynics who prey on our differences. First of all, no politician gets, that's what you do. You're preying on people's differences all the time. Second of all, maybe you should have been more of a cynic. Like, this daycare doesn't have kids in it. Maybe it's not a daycare.
It's amazing that he was chosen. He was chosen as VP. Does he just hate Kamala? Because maybe nobody would have noticed how bad he was if he wasn't put in the national spotlight.
No, but this further lets us all know how massively unburdened we have been by what happened. I mean, let's forget about Tim Walz. Think about the decision making, the vetting process that goes into being a VP or a president that is supposed to happen. And they miss this, that some kid with an iPhone and a really good eye for knowing the difference between leering and learning can bring down an entire administration. Like, I think we're looking at the goofball that is Tim, but he's the patsy.
Yes.
This DOGE is where this came from. Mm-hmm. And the more money you follow, I think there's a magic word that I've been using a lot lately because I've been playing the woke game. I took a word like, you must have been complacent, which is usually an insult, meaning you were unaware of what's going on. We're saying it different now. You were complacent. Mm-hmm. They were all complacent, and they all had plenty of campaign funding. So if we start looking at and you're going to notice that it's going to mirror a lot of certain states. All of a sudden, California had a little thing going on, and all this money was going on because there was nobody watching the gate and the cash register in the United States. So we're going to see, and Tim's like, and that's the worst thing that is the worst speech in the history of speech, and further lets me know he was no damn football coach ever. So let me get this right. Halftime, Jamie, we're down 37 points, and our coach walks in and says, listen, the fans are booing us, the other team's giggling, so we're gonna go home. Pack this stuff. We are not gonna go out there and get teased because we've been fighting this. He stood on it. He bragged on, he campaigned on his child care facilities. Do we not remember this?
And Tom, it's like he didn't like it speaks to his character or lack thereof. He let this happen because he was too scared to call it out because he knew, if I say anything about Somalians, I'm going to be called racist. That's what allowed all of this to happen.
Also, his personality doesn't even match what he's doing. He's out there saying goodbye, and his arms are at his side. But when he was running for president, he waved bye-bye during the entire rally.
Well, to be fair, his hands are at his sides because all the money's coming out of his pocket.
Exactly. But, he said, I came to the conclusion that I can't give my political campaign my all, and that's why we have to have term limits, because these guys, he just admitted, when you are running a campaign, you can't do your job.
Yes.
You're not even supposed to give it your half. You're supposed to do your whole job as governor and then run. He says he can't run because he's got to do his job. None of these guys should get a second term.
He should, he's got to resign. And he's got to be investigated.
Yeah.
Yes, he should go to jail.
Well,
Yes. A party jail.
or at least fight. He should be able to absorb this.
Yes. All right.
Super absorbent tampon.
Oh, there you go. Over my head.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.